Cindy here, and as promised, I would like to lead you through a little bit of the daily checklist that I use with social media so that I spend just 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. And that way, you'll be able to save time, frustration, and frankly, time and frustration are money, so you'll save money as well. So the very first thing I do each morning when I get up is I go to Facebook. And I go to my Facebook profile and I post something inspirational or aspirational. I know that some of the people who follow me on Facebook are not my close friends, but they're following me for business. So, but I speak in a softer, more personal tone on my Facebook profile. So I might post an inspirational quote. I might say, I'm flying out to San Francisco to speak on stage with Robert Evans and Bo Easton rather. So that that has a business connotation to it because I'm demonstrating my authority and talking a little bit about the kinds of things I do, but I'm posting it in a more behind the scenes personal way on my profile. Then I go over to my Facebook fan page and I look to see if anyone has asked any questions on the previous posts that I've done. I post there once a day, and I'll post something that is a link to an interesting article, a tip, a strategy, or a technique that I think will be really valuable to my followers, something that they can take and use that day. And I know that what I post that morning is automatically being posted to Twitter because I used facebook.com/Twitter to connect my Facebook fan page posts to my Twitter account. Then I go over to Twitter. Now that's just taken me about 5 minutes to do that. I go over to Twitter, I look under the @replies, and I see if anyone is talking to me, and I actually sort the stream using a list, and I have 20 lists, so every day I'll pick a different list. So for the sake of example, let's say I'll go to the Forbes 20 Women to Follow on Twitter list that I have created in my Twitter lists. I'm on that list, and so are 20 other amazing people whose information I really value. So I will sort the stream by clicking on that list, and I will see just those women who are posting this morning, and I will be able to say, hey, Joanne, that was an awesome tip. Thank you so much. I'm going to share it with my peeps. Or I will retweet Shelley and let her know that the information that she shared was really valuable to me, so valuable that I decided to share it. So, or I will start a conversation with Donna saying, I haven't talked to you in a long time. What are you up to? What's going on? I'm so excited to see what your next step is going to be. And that just takes me a few minutes. Then I will go over to Hootsuite.com, HOOTSUITE.com, which is really my management, my desktop management system for all of Twitter. I have about 20 accounts that I manage, both for myself and for clients. And I like to be able to see them all in one compact format, and that's why I really like Hootsuite. So I'll go to Hootsuite, and for each one of the 20 accounts that I follow, I will click on them. I will quickly scan the stream of who's talking to us. I will quickly scan the stream of what I've said in the last few days. I will answer anyone who's talking to us. I will retweet one person, and then I will go into the Hootsuite scheduler, and I will schedule 5 short posts that are either links, retweets, quotes, a link to a tool, a link to a blog site, a link to a Facebook page for each of those 20 accounts. I am so practiced at this now that I can do that for 20 different accounts in the morning in under 15 minutes. So you will be able to do it in under 5 minutes for yourself and your accounts. Then I will go over to my blog. I blog twice a week for one blog, and I blog 5 days a week for another. So I will go over to one of the blogs for whom I'm supposed to blog this morning, and I will create my blog post, schedule it, and send it out, knowing that I have connected it to networkblogs.com, and it's going to auto post on my on the appropriate Facebook page or profile. So again, that content is working hard for me, and once it goes to the Facebook page, I'm going to schedule on my calendar a time for me to make a video about that blog post 2 or 3 days later, and I'll start the content cycle all over again. And then I'm done. I will shut down my social media sites, and I will do the work I need to do for myself and my clients. and at about 5:30 in the evening, East Coast time, I will get back onto all of my social media sites. And I will repeat this process. I'll go to each one of them to see if anyone is talking to me, anyone's trying to get a hold of me. I will answer them, I will retweet, I will engage in conversation. I will schedule a few more tweets to go out over the evening because I want to be engaging with the West Coast, which is 3 hours later than me. And then I will shut down. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, half an hour a day invested in advertising my business. And that's really what social media ultimately does. It's attraction marketing, attraction advertising. So I'm growing my social influence, I'm growing my social footprint, all just in a half an hour a day. And to me, that's a very, very valuable use of my time. Now, I also promised you that I would share with you a couple of special tips that I use in my daily practice. One of the things that people say to me is they don't know what to post. They don't know what to tweet. They're at a loss for content. I like to write. I like to, I have an endless source of ideas, but not everybody does. So here's one of my tricks. I have an account on Google Reader, and I'm going to go over to the computer now and show you some of these tips. This is Google Reader, and you can go to Google Reader just by google.com/reader, and if you have a Gmail account, you can get a Google Reader. And here is where I can capture all of the RSS feed subscriptions to different blogs and websites whose content I really value. So every morning, I can very quickly go down this stream and see if there's something that's worth reading, something that's more important to me than time, and I will click on it. I know that, for example, Seth Godin always has a really interesting blog, so I might actually click on Seth Godin and see what he did recently, read the whole post, and then right below that, I can share it to Facebook without ever having to leave the Google Reader. So Google Reader is one of those things that gives me ideas on what to post. Another thing I want to share with you is the concept of social influence. Now, social influence is being measured by in particular, two different organizations. One is called peerindex.com and one is called clout.com. And both of them measure on a scale of 1 to 100 how often people share your content. So these are just attempts by applications to measure how often the people who follow you engage with your content and share it around the internet. So I highly recommend, in particular, going to clout.com and registering for an account and using it as information. What it really tells me is, over the course of time, are people following me? I went on a vacation here and my clout score dropped off the cliff. But this just tells me that I'm doing a pretty good job of staying current and even, and that in fact my clout is growing a little bit, that people are starting to share my content even more because I've been focusing very carefully over the last month on creating content that people will want to share. Peer Index is very similar. They measure a slightly different set of metrics, so I like to have people connect with both of them. I think it's a good idea. The next thing I want to share with you is let's get rid of Clout and Peer Index here. The next thing I want to share with you is that I've been encouraging you to make videos. And in addition to Animoto.com, which is that free application, I'd like you to be able to make videos right from your desktop. If you have to create a PowerPoint presentation for anything that you do, I want you to capture it along with your talk about it, your narration of that PowerPoint presentation, using either some sort of screen casting studio. Now, ScreenFlow is something that a lot of people who have Macs like to use, and Camtasia, that's Camtasia, is something that a lot of people with PCs like to use. Macs actually can use Camtasia too, and I do myself use Camtasia. So all that does is allow me to turn on a switch on my computer and make a movie out of me running through a PowerPoint. Then I can download that movie from Camtasia, upload it to YouTube, share it in a blog post, put it onto Facebook, and tweet it out to Twitter. So that's a really, really easy way for you to take the material that you're already creating and share it. And I wanted to share that those two tools, Camtasia and ScreenFlow, are really highly regarded by people who I trust. So let's get rid of those. And that is, one more thing. There's something called Slideshare. And this is used by a lot of people who do most of their social networking on LinkedIn, which is a more professional site that's almost like a place for your professional resume to live. Slideshare is an application that allows you to upload those slide presentations that you create along with either with your voice or without, and have your own channel and share your slides with other people based on keywords, based on interests. And it's becoming a very popular site, and people share their slide shares on LinkedIn, they share them on Facebook, on Twitter. So it's another place for you to share the information that you are already creating for presentations you are making for clients or for speeches that you're making. So be sure to look at slideshare.com or .net rather, and create an account if you are someone who does a lot of PowerPoint presentations. Finally, I want to show you where to get more digital assets to enhance your efforts on social media. There's a site called videohive.com where you can buy for a very modest price, videohive.com. That's redirecting, so I'm going to rescind my recommendation about VideoHive until I figure what's going on. The next one I want to share with you is Istockphoto. Now, Istockphoto is a place where you can buy the rights to use graphics that have already been created by graphic designers. And so if you're going to create a blog post about sticky content, about how to create content that people just can't take their hands off, they really want to share it all over the internet, and you're going to give them some tips and tools about creating sticky content, you might want to have a visual of a guy with his hands stuck to a table. Now that might sound a little corny, but every time you have a graphic or a picture with a blog, it enhances the interaction with that blog, because people see the picture, they're attracted to the picture, and then they're ultimately attracted to the words. So I would go to Istockphoto and get yourself an account and put $10 in your account and buy as you go, and you can buy images to use in your blog posts for as little as $1 a piece, and just download them, and then you have permission to use them. I'm going to see there is for those of you who do not have any picture editing software, I want to show you a nifty trick, or I would really just want to talk to you about a nifty trick. You can open up a PowerPoint presentation, create a colored background, drop a logo or a picture into it, search on Google for the picture of an arrow, put the arrow into it, and you can create a little montage, and then you can take a screen capture right from your video of it, save it as a JPEG, and now you have a digital asset that you can use to illustrate one of your blog posts on Facebook or on your blog, even on Twitter. So there are free, inexpensive ways that you can enhance the work that you're already doing, and that you can take the work you're already doing and make it work harder for you. So I hope this video series has been useful to you. I would very much like to hear not only what you think, but what you still want to know from me. So please go to facebook.com/brand-new-brand-you and tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to know, tell me what's been useful to you, and tell me what's still confusing, and I will do my very best to answer each and every question. Thank you so much.